First, I'll show you how to draw a square using only a pencil. To do this, we'll try to draw a straight horizontal line. Then, using just the pencil, we'll attempt to draw a perpendicular. Of course, this method won't produce a perfect square, but it's useful when you need to quickly solve a problem and only have a pencil at hand. Now, I need to measure the length of the segment. I take the pencil, place one end of it at the end of the segment, and mark the required distance on the pencil with a finger of my other hand. This way, I mark the length of the segment on the pencil. Then I try to position the pencil perpendicular to the drawn line and, holding it, mark the necessary point. You can draw the perpendicular right away. I prefer to start by drawing a parallel line. I fix the length of the pencil in the same way. The length matches the side of the square. And from the other end of the segment, I try to position the pencil perpendicularly and mark the point in the same manner. Now I draw a line through these points as horizontally as possible and connect them. This gives us a drawing of a square. In some cases, this is enough to visualize the solution to the problem. Now I'll show you how to draw a square using a ruler and a pencil. First, I draw a segment that is 7 cm long. Then, using the ruler, I draw a perpendicular from the end of this segment. You can draw a line from the end of a segment by moving the ruler along the segment. But I find it more convenient to draw it along the edge of the paper. I am drawing a perpendicular line. I'm not thinking about the length yet. After this, I draw another perpendicular line on the other side of the segment. This method isn't the most precise, but it gives a more accurate result than the first one, and it's sufficient for solving the problem. I measure 7 cm, mark a point, and draw a segment. Here I also mark 7 cm and draw a segment, and connecting the remaining vertices. This results in a square drawn using the ruler and pencil. For more precise square construction, you can use a ruler and a set square. First, we'll draw a horizontal segment using the ruler. Then we need to construct a right angle. To prevent the set square from slipping, I press it against the ruler. I align the set square with the end of the segment and draw a perpendicular line. I repeat the same procedure on the other side of the segment. Now it remains to draw the remaining side of the square, measuring 7 cm on this perpendicular, and connecting all the vertices precisely. Another square is drawn. You can also use a protractor and a ruler. In the same way, I draw a horizontal line. I have drawn it. Now I need to construct a perpendicular. Let's assume it's from this point. I align the protractor so that one side of it matches the segment. I mark the point corresponding to 90 degrees. I'll do the same, let's say, from this point as well. So this will be the second vertex of the square. I place the protractor. I mark the 90-degree angle. I connect the points. The first perpendicular line. The second perpendicular line. All that's left is to mark the sides of the square. 7.5 centimeters. 7.5 centimeters. I then connect the vertices and we get a fairly accurate square. Although it won't be perfectly precise, such a drawing is sufficient for solving the problem.